The 14th Amendment also authorizes the federal government to reduce the representation of any state that denies or abridges the right to vote of any of its male citizens who are 21 years or older. This provision was meant to encourage the former Confederate states to grant voting rights to black men after the Civil War. However, it was never enforced by Congress, and many states continued to disenfranchise black voters through various methods, such as literacy tests, poll taxes, and violence. The 14th Amendment also did not protect the voting rights of women, Native Americans, Asian Americans, and other groups who faced discrimination at the polls. It was not until the passage of the 15th, 19th, 24th, and 26th Amendments, as well as the Voting Rights Act of 1965, that the right to vote was extended and protected for all citizens regardless of race, sex, age, or income. The 14th Amendment is therefore a crucial but incomplete part of the constitutional framework that guarantees our right to vote. The 15th Amendment was a landmark achievement for the Reconstruction era, which aimed to rebuild the nation after the Civil War and protect the rights of black Americans. The amendment, which was ratified in 1870, stated that the right to vote could not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. This meant that for the first time in American history, black men were granted the same voting rights as white men. However, the 15th Amendment did not guarantee that black men could actually exercise their right to vote. Many Southern states enacted laws and policies that effectively disenfranchised black voters, such as poll taxes, literacy tests, grandfather clauses, and violence and intimidation by white supremacists. These barriers persisted for nearly a century until the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s challenged them and demanded equal access to the ballot box. The 15th Amendment also sparked a debate among women's rights activists, who had been fighting for suffrage since before the Civil War. Many of them felt betrayed by the amendment's exclusion of women and argued that it should have granted universal suffrage to all citizens regardless of sex as well as race. Some of them even opposed the ratification of the 15th Amendment, while others supported it as a step toward their own goal. It would take another 50 years until women gained the right to vote with the 19th Amendment. The 15th Amendment was a significant milestone in the struggle for democracy and equality in America, but it also revealed the limitations and challenges of constitutional change. It showed that granting a right on paper does not necessarily ensure its realization in practice, and that securing voting rights requires constant vigilance and activism. It also demonstrated that different groups of oppressed people may have different priorities and perspectives on how to achieve their rights, and that sometimes they may have to compromise or cooperate with each other. The 15th Amendment is still relevant today, as voting rights continue to be contested and defended in various ways.